So the media is ready to write off Chelsea. The Daily Mail is. I'm not sure about other English outlets such as Sky Sports and the BBC. Chelsea losing to Manchester City. Chelsea losing to Juventus. It seems like the same narratives are being reinforced again that Lukaku cannot score against the top sides. Lukaku only scores against the bottom sides. Now, it may seem like that's the case early on. One problem with Chelsea is that they're too over reliant on playing the deep pass to Lukaku. When that happens, when you're doing it every single time, the opposition is expecting it. They're just waiting for that deep pass. They're ready to sit back and contain Lukaku. Chelsea must be a little more balanced in what it wants from its attack. You want to be unpredictable when you lob that ball to Romelu Lukaku. The element of surprise can allow Lukaku to break free. Now, Lukaku had a lack of service against Liverpool when they were down a man. Good result. No Mason Mount, and I want to say no N'Golo Kante against Man City. No Mason Mount, no N'Golo Kante against Juventus. Both teams were banged up. Chelsea coming after a tough game against Man City. Juventus playing with 2 days of rest, Monday and Tuesday. A win on a Sunday without its top attackers. If I have to say, I believe Chelsea have missed Mason Mount and N'Golo Kante more. But you must give Juventus credit that wingback Quadrado was playing up front. No striker at the top. I was kind of surprised that Moise Kean was not in the starting lineup. I will stick with the storyline here. Romelu Lukaku may not win the Champions League like Drogba, his idol, but he'll do big things. He'll win big trophies for Chelsea. If he has to live up to Didier Drogba, the minimum expectation is to win the league and maybe go far in the knockouts of the Champions League. That's just me. Win the league, spend a lot of money to win the league. After spending a lot of money on Timo Werner, you gotta win the league. And Chelsea have the best defense in the English Premier League. But you cannot be one-dimensional, being too over-reliant on getting the ball to Romelu Lukaku. And that they do really miss N'Golo Kante. His defensive holding duties, 10, 11 seconds in the second half, does that happen when N'Golo Kante's on the pitch? Mason Mount, too. Someone is going to involve other players in the attack. Those midfielders from Chelsea returns, outside of those 11 seconds, Chelsea hammered the door. They didn't allow any. Bernardeschi had the sitter. There was the shot outside the box. Rabiot's a 2-on-1. Shows you that Juventus are really forcing Chelsea to make mistakes. That's vintage Massimiliano Allegri. What you do with possession, Juventus will be waiting on mistakes to pounce. Now, 1-0 losing to Man City, 1-0 losing to Juventus. Those results will happen. You're going to have your ups and downs. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. They're 1 point outside the table. Every team controls their own destiny. Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, every big team in the title hunt controls their own destiny with what they do in their matches going forward. Southampton, that's a game you have to win in order to win the league. I try to be objective with Juventus. I predict against Juventus, but this shows that the greater picture for the Champions League, that Juventus are way ahead of schedule if they're able to defeat Chelsea this early on in the Champions League group stage. So, well done, Juventus. Get a result at Chelsea. You believe you can defeat anybody. As long as you have Del Piero out there Federico Chiesa. As long as you have La Joya Dybala healthy, Alvaro Morata, no doubt about it. Big goal against Real Madrid in the semifinals. Big goal against Barcelona in the Champions League final. Alvaro Morata, he's going to score big goals for Juventus. He needs Allegri. He needs Allegri to do that. And not someone like Andrea Pirlo. No disrespect. Barcelona want him right now. As far as Chelsea goes, you got to understand the big acquisition of the Premier League may be Cristiano Ronaldo, but it is Lukaku's year. He was a former Man United striker. These things that Man United said about Lukaku may seem kind of true early on in the season. He did big things at Inter. Inter did not advance to the Champions League knockout stage. How much of that was Lukaku's fault? They're not playing every 3-4 days since Inter were not in the Europa knockout since it finished in last place. And they lost the Coppa Italia semifinal. So that they're not playing deep in the Coppa Italia for the duration of the season. Lukaku, we'll find a way to go. We'll make adjustments. Christian Pulisic will have to be out there. We'll see who gets the injuries. I do feel that Chelsea won the Champions League. They should really try to go all in on this Premier League. That should be their main priority. Although, knowing Chelsea, they're going to try to win any competition. Lukaku will absolutely score against Manchester United. If it doesn't occur in November, if Man United gets the first laugh, if the match ends in a draw, if Lukaku misses a sitter, if he misses a sitter, it doesn't matter. We have Liverpool and Man City. We have Liverpool and Man United. That big game coming later in November, Chelsea and Man United. Manchester City right before Juventus. Manchester United right after Juventus. At that moment in time, Chelsea must prioritize Man United. And they should be able to take care of the business in the group stage. Should be able to. But Lukaku is going to prove Man United wrong. Definitely by May 15, Lukaku is going to win the title over Man United. Can you imagine that? Old Trafford. Man United welcomes back Romelu Lukaku. And Romelu Lukaku shows exactly how he won the Scudetto with Inter Milan. Lukaku shows exactly why Chelsea bought him. Lukaku shows exactly why he bleeds his heart out for Chelsea. Lukaku shows why he has to win the big things in order to live up to his childhood idol, Didier Drogba. This Premier League, no doubt about it, is scripted. Romelu Lukaku and company will beat Liverpool without any red cards at home. They're going to beat Man United. Lukaku is going to defeat Man United. It's another year without winning the league. Lukaku came back a very different player. Lukaku got that moniker off his back that he cannot score in the big games. Italy is a prime example. Should have had a goal that game, but Lukaku missed. He missed. He has scored one goal in 6 matches against Juventus, and that is a penalty. To me, I think it's pretty easy. Ronaldo doesn't win the league. I think 2 league titles in 9 seasons, something like that. Juventus dominated the Scudetto. Ronaldo lost the Scudetto last year. Ronaldo misses out on a domestic league title again, but but a full season of Ronaldo, a full training camp, a year where the team grows, gets more experience. Next year is when Man United take off, and maybe Ronaldo can look at Juventus and see what he has to do to sacrifice his stats to help his team win, to be a real natural born leader like Lionel Messi. Still have my qualms about Ronaldo, but I do think that he'll eventually wise up and he'll do what he needs to do. I think he's a winning mentality, all that. And Solskjaer was a winner. He's got the better mentality versus Pirlo. And sorry, and that is why Ronaldo should have given Allegri one final chance. So I'll go with Chelsea to beat Man United. If they don't win, if there's a draw, for example, 0-0, 1-1, something like that, Romelu Lukaku's coming back to Old Trafford to score against Manchester United. That's what Lukaku's going to do. On May the 15th, on a date numerology of 62, that is the gematria of Chelsea Football Club. In my view, that match is going to have big championship aspirations. This match in May says Lukaku defeats Ronaldo again. This can spur Ronaldo to have an amazing season in the league in 2022, 2023, as predicted by Chinese astrology. May the 15th. It is quite a look into the relationship between May the 15th and the time span that Lukaku joined Chelsea. But are Chelsea in crisis? Absolutely not. Are they banged up right now? Yes. Kante, COVID, Mason Mount out. They didn't get battered by Man City. They didn't get battered by Juventus. So you got to put that into perspective. It was not easy to score against Chelsea. Man City didn't score until the second half. Juventus again, even though it was 11 seconds in, they didn't score until the second half. But it just shows that the mentality is back for Juventus. And this shows that, Lukaku has got to go work on being clinical. But when you're in a position to advance into the knockouts, when you're in a position to win the league, this is a marathon. You got to get healthy. There's plenty of matches left in the year. Who knows if Ronaldo gets hurt or whatnot, something like that. Man United, there's obviously fortunate to get a win there. Looking pretty lackluster, not ready yet to challenge the big dogs in Europe. So, yep, Lukaku is going to get it done at Old Trafford. It's certainly possible that the first matchup can end the draw, or even a Man United victory. Man United get the first laugh. I mean, this Man United game in November is going to be tricky, but definitely in May, Lukaku comes in and he shows exactly why he's the big player that he is, and he looks up to Drogba like a daddy figure, and he's going to make Drogba proud. So these are my thoughts. I'll release my pick for Liverpool, Man City by tomorrow. There isn't any, and I don't know. I may watch the Liverpool Man City game with my friend, 8:30. So I don't think I'll be live for that. A good thing it's 8:30 instead of 4 o'clock or so. So I'll continue with the Premier League matches of the week and we'll just keep a good action going.